In the very first etude, I think it's really important to make sure that you take care of your key. The G sharps and D sharps are pretty tricky, and when I was preparing this, I wanted to make sure that I was good on the intervals and I wasn't flat on the D sharps and E's, and I wasn't super sharp on the G sharps above the staff. For instance, when I make those interval leaps in bar 6 and later in bar 13, I really took a long time with my mouthpiece, and I sat at a piano and I figured those intervals out. So take the time when you're practicing to really prepare that slowly, to make sure you build confidence in your leaps. Another tricky part about this one is just keeping it relaxed the whole time. I have to remind myself in my music a lot of the time just to remove the tension from my playing, just to try to keep the grip nice and loose. And I want to let the resonance of the room and just the resonance of my sound take precedence over any sort of tension that I might be feeling because I'm nervous. So have fun with this etude. I did. The second etude was a lot of fun to put together, and I think that you're going to have a great time preparing it this year. Just some things to look out for. This one is full of traps for you. My tendency is to want to rush things, particularly scales going up, so I made sure that I was subdividing the beats really carefully. And I even have it marked in my music, to pull back here or there. One great way to keep track of that is to record yourself. It may be uncomfortable to go back and listen to yourself, but it's the only way you're going to go and be able to tell if you're really true to your time. And that's super important. You're setting yourself out against maybe 100, 150 other trumpet players, and you want to make sure that you are the person who has all their ducks in a row. The key change, make sure you take a nice easy breath before that, and don't rush up to the D natural. And it should sound pretty easy and relaxed. Now that crescendo, you don't want to overdo it because you have a long way to go, and pacing for this is going to be very important. To that end too, when you take those breaths, especially in the B flat major section, try to release some of the tension as you take that breath and keep it nice and relaxed. I would also say that you want to pay careful attention to the tenutos and staccatos. I tried to make a pretty clear definition, articulation definition change between my staccatos and legatos. I want to make sure the listener is really aware of that. Again, I would advise you to go back and just record it and see if you can tell a difference. Maybe play it for your parents or your friends and ask them if they can tell a difference. Have fun with the second etude. Try not to rush too much, and remember, it's all about a beautiful sound. I hope this has been very helpful for your preparation for GMEA. And if you have any questions, I really want to encourage you to reach out to me personally. I want to also bring your attention to a few events we have at KSU. We have our All-State Prep Day coming up December 7th. It brings a lot of our faculty members together in a short 4-hour session to help you prepare for that audition coming up. We also have a couple great events in the spring that you should check out. We have our Brass Blast in March with our guest artist Wycliffe Gordon, famous trombone player. You won't want to miss it. We also have in February, for you trumpet players, the Trumpet Festival of the Southeast. Our guest artists for that are Jose Sabaja, Melvin Jones. We have Brian Shaw and Paul Morcello. So a great lineup, and we really hope to see you there.